Hello and welcome to another edition of Sega Sundays. My name is Justin Towell, aka Cat Gone Crazy. Today we're going to be playing the absolute classic Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Sega Mega Drive. Now I'm playing this on a real Mega Drive 2, so this is the PAL version, so it's going to be a little shaky in terms of the refresh rate I expect, because YouTube I believe prefers 60 Hz, might be able to make it 50, but anyway, it's probably not going to look perfect. Also, maybe a little slow because the PAL version, but it actually seems to be running quite quickly today. Anyway, 3-button standard Mega Drive controller. I'm just going to change the options though to play as Sonic alone. There we are, because usually it's Sonic and Tails. And we're gonna go. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so it is slow and I do have input lag. Wow, that's amazingly slow, isn't it? So I think what we're going to do, I will just get to a special stage so we can see how slow that is, and then after that I'm going to switch to the Mega Drive Mini version. This is what we played in the UK in the early 90s. It's madness, isn't it? The game is actually running in slow motion. Alright, let's just see the special stage here. Okay. That doesn't seem to be running too slowly. No, that seems right actually. How strange. I wonder if that was optimized then. No, it is slower. It is slower. Okay, so there we go. That's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on real hardware. Now let's see it on good hardware. So here we are with the Sega Mega Drive Mini version of the game. This is now the 60 Hz version, and going through HDMI, so it's going to look super sharp, which is great. Now I'm going to try and do a perfect run. I've had quite a few goes at this now, including one today. Just got to Oil Ocean and it got me. So I'm choosing Sonic alone, and that's important because Tails gets in the way for the emerald collecting. Great though he is. Let's see. Okay, now just go a bit around that loop and then back again, because we've got the first restart point up here. And that's 51 rings, great! So, the 3D special stages, I cannot emphasize enough how amazing these looked in 1992. You know, we couldn't believe our eyes when we saw it. With today's eyes, you can see that it's actually not 3D at all. It's two-dimensional background graphics that are animated to make it appear like you're moving down a tunnel. They're also super low resolution. It's the only way they can get it to work. But it works. And Sonic's movement actually is very good through it. Because he has inertia up the walls. You can even loop around onto the ceiling like that, which is fun for a laugh. Now, the reason for not using Tails is not only does he have a sort of half-second delay between doing what you do and him doing it, also he can get stuck in front of you, therefore collecting all the rings and then losing them when you jump over a bomb and he doesn't. Hey, there we go. Lovely, good start to the game. So, I sounded Welsh then. I'm not even slightly Welsh. Lovely. It's worth getting the rings in here. Oh, it was gone. That was interesting, wasn't it? There it is. Right, so we've got another 50 and a shield. So the next start post, or restart point, is here. And the colours are amazing. Obviously the Mega Drive couldn't display many colours. I think it was 64, someone told me this in the comments the other day, 64 colours simultaneously from a palette, I think, of 512. So for this they've chosen pink and orange. So it kindly tells you how many rings you need to get for when you pass the checkpoint up there. And the first time it requires you to go on the ceiling. The special stages are actually really good fun in 2-player mode, especially in versus, but you could do it cooperatively as well, which is a very good idea. Much easier in co-op if you've got someone with you who knows what they're doing. And I know it's hard to believe now, but honestly, people used to look forward to seeing what the next Sonic game's special stage would be like, because they had a reputation for being amazing. And then I remember, let's just jump past all the rings, that's a good idea. I remember talking to one of my colleagues at Games Radar US, and he had no idea that they were a big deal, special stages in Sonic games. But I know they were. Lucas Sullivan, that was. Hey Lucas, if you're watching. Right, there's an extra life hidden in there. And ideally, I'd like to get up to the top, which I think I can do this way. Yeah. Because there's another star post. I don't want to spend ages in Emerald Hill, but seeing as the star post is literally right there, I think that's okay. Now, I made a YouTube short recently about this. Some of those rings are doubled up. I have no idea why. Right, this is Emerald number 3, still in the first act of the game. And obviously there are more bombs now. The black bits mustn't hit, they'll take 10 rings off you. But you have to run behind them. And switch sides. Oh dear, I shouldn't have jumped. But that's alright, I'm pretty sure it's pretty lenient at this stage of the game. Okay, not too bad. Here you just have to hold your nerve, jump when you've got all of the rings and it won't hit you. Okay, yeah. Alright, 160. So 34 to find. And with the scaling, it's pseudo-scaling, it's not real scaling, that makes it very difficult to see what's coming and when you should jump. And that's good enough. I could have held my nerve and walked through there, but never mind. And Sonic really is walking, isn't he? He's not rushing down there. Alright. So, with those emeralds in the bag, time to finish the level, I think. And move on to Act 2. How long we spent? About 8 minutes on Act 1. But we do have several emeralds to our name already. They've added a little animation there when Sonic skids to a halt. He looks over his shoulder, which wasn't in the first game. Right, probably worth going back and getting some rings. Alright, 46. 50, good. And there's the restart point. I don't think he had a chance of hitting me, but he hasn't got a chance. Right, things do get harder from now on with the special stages, that's for sure. But that's okay. I think you have to switch sides, yeah, there we are. The higher up you are, the faster you can switch sides. Oh, that was close. Okay, riding my luck a little bit here, but that's okay. Alright, just 15 rings to go for this one. And we've already got enough, so just mustn't lose them. Perfect. That's 4 already. Very good. Now I'm not going to try and get all 7 in Emerald Hill. That's why it's called Emerald Hill apparently, is you can get all the emeralds in it. There's an extra life down here, but I'm not planning to lose any, so that's okay. And are we going to get enough? Yes, we are. For one more here. It's all going swimmingly so far, but then that's happened so many times before. It's Oil Ocean or Metropolis, is that what it's called? That usually catch me out. Ah, I couldn't reach them. There's quite a lot of gravity for running up the walls, it must be said. There we go. Okay, that was enough, but I did miss some. 32 rings needed. But fortunately I find these quite easy because I understand how the inertia works. Very good. Alright, 58 rings needed. That bit's good fun with 2 players if you each go different ways. Great. 5. We haven't even left Emerald Hill Zone, we've got 5 already, that's great. So I will push on with the game now, because we've been playing about 12 minutes, 13 minutes. I'll just get a ring. Just in case. Just in cases. So this was the first time that you'd see Robotnik after the events of the first game. He's back and basically even worse than before. As in, not very good. That was so easy. I do wonder if it was designed that you had to do the spin dash into the back of his vehicle. Because that would have been cool if he'd kept the helicopter blades going so he couldn't attack from the top. And he had the drill at the front. If you had to rev up behind him, That would have been cool, but that's pretty advanced, and I think they wanted people to get on to the next zone, so either way, it's way too easy. Right, Chemical Plant Zone with its utterly sensational music and speed, and indeed general aesthetic. I mean, look at it, it's just brilliant. It echoes the Streets of Rage 2 graphic style in the background. I'll try and get a bit more speed up, I think, because we've got so many emeralds already. I can afford to blast past a few star posts, I think. Look at that. And we're going to get an extra life as well before the end from 100 rings. Unlike the Game Gear version, you can get 100 rings and it counts 100. And the freeze frame here in my mind from Christmas 1992 when I got this. 32 years ago as I make this video. How crazy is that? But I remember that day going to see my great-grandmother who was in a care home, and we went in and saw her, and then my parents sent me and my sister outside while they spoke to her, and I remember blowing her a kiss through the glass. And I think that's one of the great things about retro games. They can remind you of things that otherwise are tucked away in your memory, but it's still right there. Right. Now there is actually a star post quite nearby, so we could get another emerald now. The problem I have with getting the emeralds too early is that I find Supersonic breaks the game, because he's way too overpowered. He's invincible, he runs and accelerates way faster even than the super fast running boots. And he can jump higher as well, so all the carefully designed level furniture, not much threat for Supersonic. But it will help us speed through the game, I suppose, so let's see if we can get these 80 rings. I do have to concentrate for these last two special stages. All right. Oh, it doesn't alternate sides. How many left to get? So it's on the left. Yeah. One more ring. Yes. Whew, that was close. Right. That's a lot of rings to get. Especially missing those. Don't think I'm going to do this one, gotta say. Go on. No. Ah, it's disappointing. Never mind. Still loads of the game left. And you get another chance. Never mind. Now you've got to be careful doing jumps like that, because you can stand up and squash yourself and lose life. Oh, it's so fast, isn't it? So, over the first game, this was really quite a lot of progress, I think. But it didn't review as well. I remember Sega Power gave this 89%, and I remember getting the magazine home and thinking, oh, they didn't like it. I said out loud, they didn't like it, which of course 89% means they did like it, but didn't think it was deserving of masses of praise. And there's a secret bit here, of course. They said that the two-player mode was good but squashed, and that's fair criticism. But it didn't take many chances, didn't push everything forwards, but honestly, I don't see what more really they could have done. Very easy boss if you know what to do. And we're on to Aquatic Ruin Zone. Which, the first time I saw, I thought looked amazing. Like, I saw it on TV and I just couldn't believe it, especially when they split the pillars and they fell apart like they do. Unreal. But it's not aged that well. It doesn't look fantastic, does it? Perhaps you disagree, perhaps you think this is absolutely beautiful. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not aged as well as some other Sonic scenes, like Green Hill for instance. Green Hill will always look phenomenal. Alright, that's another 50, so I'm going to have another go at that special stage. Of course, just now, when I lost a life, I'd gone through the special stages first time flawlessly. Okay. Not too shabby. And it was on the right, wasn't it? No! No, it was not. Oh my. Literally being trolled now. Alright. That's, yeah, I'm making the same mistakes as before, which is a bit silly. So basically I need to jump down, that's it, that's better, and again. Okay, good. Phew. I did make a bit of a meal of that, but with that. Another extra life, which is, racking them up now. 229,000 points. You get an extra Sonic every 50,000, I think. So I think now we're just going to get to the end of this level. Stay high so you don't get stuck in the water, because the water, obviously, you can drown. And it's slow, and not really that much fun. I always forget he's there. That's right, skilllessly making it through to the end of the act. That's alright, I just want the perfect win in terms of not losing a life. Losing rings is okay. It's far too big a game to be able to try and do the whole thing completely flawlessly. I'm sure some people can, and hats off to them. getting a bit close to the water. That's alright. Watch out for the arrow. Interesting to have this layer of parallax in front of the main layer, which they do a lot in Sonic 3, but I think I had it in Starlight Zone in Sonic 1, but never obscuring your view like that. Extra life up here. Wait for the arrow. There it goes. Right. Now, you can jump up on these, which you can't on the remake on iOS, which makes this boss way easier. You're meant to use those arrows as steps, basically. A ladder to climb up. Oh, I'll have to do it now. So you can see. Like that, and then one more. Nice. Right, so I say that's the sort of start of the game done. Now we get into the middle zones, and we should get through those quite quickly now. Casino Night Zone is next, and then Hilltop, and then Mystic Cave Zone. And after Mystic Cave it's Oil Ocean, and that's where I start to have difficulties. You can get squashed by those blue things if you're not careful, which I wouldn't recommend. There's very little danger of losing a life on this level. In fact, I don't think you can even fall off the bottom of the stage. There isn't a bottom of the stage. No bottom of the screen. Now there's a star post, so might as well have a go at getting the last emerald. Right. Now I was having difficulty with this, especially with Tails playing as well, but should find it easier than that previous stage now. So it starts off going left, right, left and right, until here it doubles up. So you have to go over to the left, and then left again, and then the right, and then right again. Until you can see it, and then all is well. Okay. Right, so that's the first bit done. Second bit can be difficult, but I think got a good chance now. So it starts off as before, going left and right, until there's a little break, and then it's 4 on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 before it goes back to alternating. And now we just need a few rings, like 2 rings. Yep. But it's not getting them, it's the problem, it's keeping them. Just staying to the bottom is the easiest thing to do. Right, we've got a cushion now. Whoa. Jumping out the way of the rings. I think that's it. Yeah. So, that's all of the emeralds. That means that we can now turn into Super Sonic. He basically goes Super Cyan, and his hair goes all yellow and crazy. Or his spines, rather. And he's invincible, as I say. But we need 50 rings to activate that. Then on the Mega Drive, the original Mega Drive, you had to jump and then press it again, so you could choose when to be supersonic, but they changed it so that it's just jumping now. I'm pretty sure I'm right when I say that. I remember pressing a button to turn into supersonic, unless I'm thinking of Sonic 3, which obviously I've played a lot, but not as much as this game. So I'll just show you the slot machine, because that's always good for a laugh. 3 Sonics gets 25 rings. And there's the end of the act. So the reason that he flashed yellow there on the spinner is I jumped off the screen. You can see my feet over there on the right, turning into supersonic. And of course that changes the color palette for everything that's sonic colored, including the lives meter there at the bottom, and also the spinner itself. Right, so that's 45 rings. Probably get some more in here if I'm good. No. Let's try once more. Jackpots, go on. Yes. Oh, it's so cool. And now, of course, we're supersonic. And now we should just breeze through the level unless we get squashed here. So, it doesn't matter getting restart points anymore because we're actually not planning to lose a life. Lovely artwork, I think, for the background graphics. Look at the city behind. It's not made up of that many pixels, really, but it's done a fantastic job. Right, and now this bit, my family and I would get completely stuck on, but as supersonic, that's it, straight through. Let me know in the comments if you got stuck on that bit when you were younger, or if you still do. Right, so with 175 seconds, I'm pretty confident I can beat this boss. Yeah, it's weird. You turn into supersonic there and he just runs in the air. Good job it doesn't have, you know, transitional scenes like Sonic Mania, because we'd be stuck here forever. Soft locked. Now, Hilltop Zone. Carefully look at the graphics. You see the grass and everything is green and blue, but it's actually the Emerald Hill graphics, which I think is very interesting because they were planning to do a time travel mechanism in this game, just like Sonic CD, but they ran out of time or thought better of it. But someone pointed out online that this could well be a past version of Emerald Hill, and I completely agree, because these ball enemies aside, not exactly dinosaur ball enemies, but the other badniks definitely have a prehistoric slant, as you'll see when I jump down here. There, look at that. It's a prehistoric badnik. So this could well be an old version of Emerald Hill. Either way, this level doesn't do much for me, I've got to say. I don't really like the colours. The music's alright. Not this music, of course. I think this music sounds a bit broken. I definitely did when I first heard it. But that's quite a short act. Just checking everything's recording. Still good. One more act of this and then we're through onto the levels that are really taxing. I'm going to try and stay high on this run because it's always better. Every early Sonic game, just get up as high as you can in the level. Everything's much easier. There we go. Just wanted that. The seesaws are just like the ones in Starlight Zone. This isn't based on a new engine, I don't think. I think this is an augmented version of Sonic 1's engine. Ah. Okay, let's not lose a life. That would not be good. But just like in Sonic 1, you bounce higher standing near the middle. Which, if anyone knows physics, is just not how it works. Okay, then you get, I suppose this is meant to be perilous, with the floor rising, and you're thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? But it's actually a bit of a pace killer, I think it's fair to say. Now normally I wouldn't have lost my rings, so I'd be turning into Supersonic here, so I guess we'll see what happens. There's loads of rings up there. So I think if I rev up, there we go. And we get to be Supersonic after all. Wow, okay, you literally fell through the floor there. It's not great. It can glitch like that and you can lose all the lives. Or a life. There we are. Robotnik's probably thinking, why did I bother? That lasted, what, 3 seconds? Okie dokie. We're through Act 2 and onto Oil Ocean. This is where things can start to go wrong, as I say, but I think this is the one. Oh no, it's Mystic Cave. But that's fine, because I love the music on this. This is a superb level. Listen to that music. It's almost a harpsichord sound. There we go. Don't have to wait for anything. Oof, that's a bit risky, but that's okay. 56 seconds. That's not bad at all. And a continue. I think you need 10,000 points total bonus to get continue. Very easy to use those once you know how they work, but had me stumped for ages when I was younger. I'd fall off every time. There is a restart point through the wall there, so if you were looking for the last emerald at this point, there'd be another chance, but as it is, we get to be Supersonic again. He has no need for running boots. And staying high is probably for the best because we avoid the potential It's not a bottomless pit, but it may as well be, because once you fall in, you can't get out. Just get those 10 rings. Great, we've got loads now to fight the boss. And here we are, already at the boss. That's brilliant. You can just stand there then. You start to feel a little bit sorry for Dr. Robotnik. I mean, why does he keep trying? He's completely ill-prepared for everything. Now we're on to Oil Ocean. So this is the... If there are 4 sort of acts of the game, I'd say that this is the start of the 3rd one. We're definitely past half distance now by a long way, but this level and the next, I think the game might be better without them, dare I say it? But we'll try and find some fun. Now, I think there's a 10 ring item box up here. Yeah. Oh, what's down there? Okay. What am I going to do now? That is quite the question. Wait for that one to come back, and then... yeah. Sorry about that. Problem solving on the fly. And just being very wary of all these things, because you can easily get stuck underneath. Just get knocked by a bad nick and Sonic falls backwards under one of those, and that's it. Perfect run's gone. But as it is, that's all good. The seahorses are quite annoying when you're not supersonic. Oh, what was that? Was that an extra life? No, it didn't make noise. Alright. I suppose when I say the game wasn't designed to work with supersonic, this level perhaps was, because it is so much easier. It is almost certainly deliberate. You're not supposed to be struggling as normal Sonic at this point, I would wager. I love the heat haze over the sun there, it's really good. There's an extra life you can see, but we're not planning to lose any, so... We've been going for some 40 minutes. Thanks for watching this far, it's much appreciated. Just to let you know other things we've got on my channel in case it's your first time. Welcome if it is. I've got my Sega Sundays games. There's a playlist which is at the end of the video. But I also do retro gaming in general, and also modern game reviews sometimes, and tech reviews, music, and a lot of people come to my channel because of my teeth, because I had Invisalign done, so I had a video diary, but that was some 8 years ago now, so I'm not likely to make many more Invisalign videos. I will do updates. Get a ring. So yeah, it was this level where I lost a life just now. 40 minutes in, and I just can't keep putting so much time into it, but I really want to do a perfect win. That would be fantastic. So I found that this is probably the best one to go in, because you get a load of rings when you come out. Should get to turn into supersonic pretty quickly. But that's better. So I lost my rings last time, and I think that's how I lost a life. But I'm going to take it very slowly. Don't want to lose life on anything. And at the moment I don't want to lose my rings on anything because supersonic would be much better. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll do it the hard way. Need a ring. Oh dear. Oh good. Phew. Hopefully that's the last bit of real trouble, but you just never know with this level. I'm quite confident in facing the boss without supersonic on this one. It's just that peace of mind from being invincible, you know? I love the sound these make. Listen. Yeah, it's great. Okay, right, so we're doing the boss the old-fashioned way. I can't believe I've lost my rings. It's gonna fire over my head. Yeah, okay, okay, and then... phew, okay. And that should be enough. Good, wow. Okay, we've got a main hurdle cleared. Bit too close for comfort, but that's alright. All the seals and penguins are very grateful, and so am I. Right, Metropolis Zone, which before the game was out was called Genocide City Zone in the early beta versions. Very strange. Must have been a mistranslation, I should imagine. Now there are bits in this level that can kill you just by squashing you, so I'm going to be quite careful, even when I'm supersonic. We're too close to the end now to risk losing lives unnecessarily. Here's one of them. That's fine. Alright, so supersonic's back. And again, stay high if you can. Don't need that. Obviously, if I was normal Sonic at this point, this would be now very difficult. So another... So at some point, it does have more of those squashy bits. And I do not want to get squashed, because you can't stop it. Doesn't matter if you're invincible, if you've got rings, got a shield. You will lose life if you get squashed, and at this stage, that would be a disaster. Is that it? Not quite. I am sorry for the caution, I really am. Those things work on movement. Right. 2 more acts. It can still go wrong. For some reason this level has got 3 acts in it, and I don't know why. But apparently the level geometry really was the Genocide City level. They just reskinned it. Again, just trying to get 50 rings. Makes it all so much easier if you do. Oh. It's disappointing, isn't it? Is there a way up here? Yeah, there is. Always stay up. Yeah, usually it gives you one of those rings and then takes them all away. So, that's another one avoided. Can't hurt me now. I wonder if it's easier up here, actually. I don't usually come up here. Yeah, that's looking good. 23 seconds though on the clock. That is not looking good. That will help. Now, if you see 4 rings, you've got to get it in under 4 seconds, otherwise you're losing time. That's okay. Very nice. Some of the levels are designed to sap your rings, that's for sure. Okay, we're back up to a decent amount now. Okay, that was a nice, fortunate jump. Good, right. 1 act left and then things get a bit easier until the last boss. But it's crucial to get supersonic in this level. Absolutely crucial. Because the boss is really difficult without it. But the worst thing is if you become supersonic and then run out of rings. I seem to remember you have to do that. I knew it was there, but alright, never mind. Okay, another squashy bit. That's good. There's spikes up there, I think, which is why I'm jumping off. This is what actually got me last time I played the game 2 times previously. It was that one that got me. So this is the furthest I've been for a while. I want to take my time, I think, and go up there. Watching out for the spikes. Yeah, spikes. Don't want to get squashed. One more ring, please. Okay. Don't want to trigger him too quickly. Okay, that'll do. No messing around with those things. But I need to get plenty of rings now, that's for sure. Okay, go on. Yeah, that's fine. Get those. Yeah. This is designed to sap your rings. Because there's no quicker way to go up. Well, actually that's not true. If I were to do a spin dash I could, but I think I'd rather stay in control. I need more rings. It's not enough. Take a risk. Okay, 10 seconds to beat him, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Whew. I'm just going to leave that bounce around. Is he coming? Yes. I don't know what will happen if I lose a life here. Oh gosh. Now the beautiful Sky Chase Zone. Absolutely wonderful after that awful abomination of a level before. Can't feel the adrenaline going from that boss. That was pretty close. So the blue in this cloud is actually a bit fuzzy to start with, and I don't know why that is, because this is going through HDMI, has no reason to be fuzzy. And there it is, look, fuzz. Perhaps YouTube will be compressing it so you can't see it, but it reminds me of when I was younger and we had to tune our Mega Drives into the television. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about if you're younger than a certain age. But we really did have to tune in our games like it was a TV program. Now I need rings. Oh, thank goodness for that, right? And the Mega Drive used to come with a splitter. So you take the aerial out the back of your TV and you plug it into this splitter, and then the Mega Drive splitter cable would go in the back of the telly. Then when you wanted to play the game, you'd switch it over from the aerial, so normal TV, over to the Mega Drive. But my mum would get so cross if I didn't change it over when I'd use the Mega Drive. Right, just need some rings. There we go. At this stage, I don't care how many rings, one will do. Right, and this is the end of this section now, I think. That's it. Right, we're on to the last few moments of the game, really. Wing Fortress Zone. So I'm just going to get these rings because being supersonic is pretty essential when you get to the end of this. There's a little bug up here, if you can climb up. It's usually not that difficult. There we are. You can skip out some of the level by doing that. Okay, we are now supersonic again. The level should now pose no threats whatsoever. Famous last words, of course. And that to go down. And that one as well. In here. And then this lovely bit outside in the air. Very reminiscent of Labyrinth Zone. Just checking we're still recording. Right, now some difficult jumps because these disappear. So it's appeared. There, I'm grateful for the for the Mega Drive USB control pad because it's basically brand new, which means the buttons work, which is very useful when you're playing a game like this. A bit of a maze here, takes a while to learn where you're going, but basically then go in here, and it's designed, definitely this boss is designed to be used with supersonic because It's so easy with it. Otherwise it's ridiculously hard. There we are. Okay, right, another surge of adrenaline because I just realised now that we're on to the last boss. And Silver Sonic is probably the more likely of the two to cause a problem. I would love to do this game without losing a life. I don't think I've ever done it before. So the whole point of this scene, apart from Sonic chasing after Robotnik and Tails getting shot down, is to run down your rings. But I've got so many that we're going to get now to the last boss, and he should be supersonic. But the game doesn't want that, so it starts you on the last level with nothing, regardless of how many rings you finish this section with. I can feel my heart beating in my chest. This is it. So Silver Sonic should be easy, because it's very quick if you know how to do it. There's just the bit where he stands up, and he's got sharp spikes, and you've got to nail that. Let's have a go. So, roll here and listen. So 4 hits. Jump over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Now, you'll have to excuse me for the last boss. I am not taking any chances whatsoever. You can hit him all the time. I'll hit him once at the start. There, and then I'm going to wait until it's safe. You can hit him all this time, but one wrong move and you hit his hands. So I've got loads of time. You can hit him when he comes down here, but I'm not going to. You can hit him again before he goes up, but I'm not going to. I'm just not risking it. Because sometimes you fall through him when he does this. And then you end up losing a life on his feet, which is really sad. But yeah, basically, the number of lives I lost on this when I was small, because I was rushing it. Yeah, I'm just not taking the risk, because I am sorry. There we go. I mean, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? And the music is brilliant. You can see the earth and the atmosphere outside. The sound is fantastic when he crashes down. Good. Speedrunners get behind him and just smash him up, and I probably should look into that, but that's not for now. Okay. Can't be that many more hits. I'm just playing this so safe. Okay, so he's going to throw his arms again. It's actually a very repetitive boss fight. Because I was spin dashing across the screen and nearly lost a life on his hands. Like literally Sonic went through his hand and hit him, and I thought, I'm not risking that again. Yes! That's it, did it. Oh, thank goodness for that. Wonderful. Oh, that's so good. So, now we get the anime style, manga style end to the game, where Tails thinks that Sonic has been exploded. He's seen the explosion in the sky. So if you haven't got the emeralds, he gets his plane and goes up and catches you because you're spiraling down. The original Mega Drive version had a bug where it didn't show this scene unless you had Super Sonic, I think. So Sonic was just falling for a few, it felt like minutes before Tails caught him. But now, of course, being supersonic, there's nothing for Tails to worry about. But there we go, another successful, perfect run of a Sonic the Hedgehog game. That's Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 on Mega Drive. I'm not going to be tackling Sonic 3 anytime soon for a perfect run. I probably will play it though for Sega Sundays. If you've enjoyed this run, then you can buy me a coffee or more. That's on the super thanks button down there. I'd be really grateful because I've put a lot of work into this. This one took a lot of tries, but I get this 3D effect. And there it is. Yeah, it's great. Well, that's very pleasing. And there are other Sonic games that I'll be covering on the channel. I think I've already done the Game Gear Sonic 1 when you see this. But there will be more, probably Sonic 2, Sonic Chaos on 8-bit, and I didn't actually do Sonic Adventure on Dreamcast when I was doing the Dreamcast games. No idea why I forgot it. It's right here on my shelf. So at some point we'll do that, but yeah, try and mix things up a bit. There'll be different Sega hardware, and not just Sega during the week, but Sega Sundays. You can look forward to that every 8 AM in UK time, which means it will be there when you get up. If you're in the United States of America, it should be there Sunday morning ready for you. As far as the end sequence goes, we've now got the traditional run through the music, a sort of medley of the music, and my goodness, how good is the music. Speaking of which, in the end sequence when Sonic falls and is caught, or flies next to Tails, that music there is by Dreams Come True, the J-pop group who contributed music for Sonic 1 and obviously some of Sonic 2. I'm not sure how much of it is by them in Sonic 2, but there's a live version of that song and they're actually singing and they're still going, Dreams Come True. I mean, this was 1992. They're still going strong, and fantastic live version of it with vocals, which I think I'll link to because it's definitely worth seeing. How about Dreams Come True? And it says music composer, so Nakamura Masato. Great. Now, obviously recently I had a copyright issue. I think even for this game someone's claiming Oil Ocean. I don't think it's Nakamura-san. So I did make a video about that, which I'll link to at the end. But yeah, I think that's it. Please let me know in the comments what you think of Sonic 2, what you thought of the run, and other games that you'd like to see me tackle on Sega Sundays, because I'm open to suggestions. Right, we're almost through the credits, so we might as well wait for the last bit to completely sum it up. That's the music from Casino Night. Now, we haven't touched on the two-player mode, but perhaps that's for another time, if at all. It's basically squashed. So it gives you the whole screen, but squashed into half, so everyone gets to see the whole screen, but basically like playing in stretched widescreen now. Now, there's no Robotnik jumping up and down at the end, just a logo. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Cheers.